Well, my name is Karina Dillon, and I just moved here to Waterbury 9 months ago.
I'm Carla. I go to Caner Tech High School. I'm a senior.
My name is Carl Rosa. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Main Street Waterbury. It's our downtown management and revitalization program.
James Hunter. And I live in Waterbury. I've been in Waterbury for 40 years, all my life.
My name is Sally, and I am from New York, New York. I work in education.
My name is Larissa Yancey. I'm a hard-working woman. I work in New Haven, Connecticut, but I've just been living in Waterbury now for 2 years. And I got 3 kids and I'm married.
Walter Magnus. I work here at Elder Services at the Now Building.
My name is Neil O'Leary. I'm the mayor of the city of Waterbury. I was elected in November of 2011, and I took office December 1st in 2011. And so now the way I've got it figured, I've been here for about 6 months, and this is my first term in office, and so far so good.
Probably about 6 times a week anyway.
I use public transportation pretty often. Today, for example, I took the city bus from my school. I wasn't able to get a ride to get to something that I had to get to today, so I left early from school, and since there's a bus stop right next to my school, I was able to take it, so it's really, reliable for me.
I rode my bike to work and with a bunch of other city employees, and it was a great day. I've enjoyed it.
Basically every day.
I usually use it every couple of months to come to Waterbury from the city to visit friends and family.
But I've been catching the bus all my life. I've been catching the bus here.
I use public transportation probably a couple of times a year, usually to take the train. If I have to travel to New York City, I'll take the train that way. So I do use it, but I don't use the bus system, the city bus system. I have used interstate buses.
I use it every day, every morning and every day after work.
I like the fact that it provides people with options, so that it's not just their motor vehicle, or there's multi-facets to public transportation. It could be bus, it could be rail, it could be taxi cab, it could be cycling. I like the fact that there's options for people, so it's not all dependent on the motor vehicle.
The cost. It's pretty good. It's really cheap. Anyone can pretty much afford it. They have bus stops pretty much everywhere, so you can get anywhere you want to, and they have really reasonable times as to when the buses come.
One of the things I'm most proud of recently is the city, through collective efforts, was able to get evening transportation here in the city of Waterbury. And we were the only city in the state of Connecticut without evening transportation, so we were able to expand our public transportation buses, the bus lines, bus service, I should say, from 6 p.m. to 11:30. So I'm very proud of that step. So I think that we are taking a more progressive, active role in understanding our needs for public transportation and our residents' needs.
The hours, they expand the hours, extended the hours. It used to be from 6:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night, but now it's to 12 o'clock.
The accessibility, the cost is relatively inexpensive, and it's very convenient and easy to use.
I believe strongly in public transportation for a lot of reasons, but mostly because it's available, it's there. And I think one of the things that we need to do as a community is to let our residents know that our public transportation system is out there and we should be taking advantage of it.
It's inexpensive. It gets you there. You can get an all-day pass and ride as much as you like and go wherever you like.
I actually like that all the buses stop in the green, and it's easy to get certain places. You can for me, not coming from here at all, I learned it very easy.
Probably that they say a bus is going to come at one time, but it might be just a few minutes late. So, in effect, the other day, I went to go take it, and it was raining outside. I didn't want to be out there for longer than I had to be, but it was a little slower, which I understand because it was raining and stuff, and it was bad weather. But other than that, I love taking the city bus.
I think where we're lacking, honestly, is that we're not getting the message out to all of our residents that we do have a good public transportation system, but unfortunately I don't think many of our residents realize that they can take a bus almost anywhere in the city of Waterbury.
The sheets that show the schedules and the routes, and they're not the easiest thing to understand.
I think we could be doing a better job in the state of Connecticut and in our community with our public transportation system and the options for people.
I wish that the bus going to Walmart were bigger.
Having to rely on someone else's schedule and really focusing my day around planning the schedule for transportation.
You have to conform to their schedule and go where they go.
What I least like about the public transportation is that the buses do not come when they say they are going to come. And on top of that, they come every hour or half hour. So if it'll make you late to work or late to take the child to school. So sometimes jobs don't want to hear that, and you can't tell them that. So there's no way around it. And when you call the public transportation for time schedules, they don't pick up when they say they will.
Most definitely I do. I think that there needs to be a consolidation of our transit options in one central location so that people that are coming into our community on rail can then have easy and visible access to city buses to get them to whatever destination they need to get to. Currently, right now, we're a little bit disconnected in that regard. When you get off a train in Waterbury, you probably have to ask for directions on where to try to pick up a city bus to get to where you need to get to go to. And that would require walking several city blocks to get to that location as well. And that can be in all kinds of weather, inclement weather. It could be at nighttime. And so I think that we're disconnected in that regard.
If they can improve a little bit where, they can get down here and we can meet the connection. And a lot of times we don't meet connections down when we get here. Other than that, I really have no problem.
On some of the routes in Waterbury, I'd like to see them come every half hour instead of every hour, because sometimes, because the buses run, from the hub, the green, on the hour. If you have an appointment on the hour or a half hour, you tend to be early.
Well, I honestly don't think they should move the buses from the green just because it's in the center of Waterbury. Everything's around downtown. It's easier for people to easily get down here. It's a reasonable time to walk down here, get a ride, and anyone can take a bus stop.
Well, it'd be nice if they could put more buses on the road. They just started the late hours in Waterbury this fall, and that's made a tremendous difference in being, mobility. There's a lot of people very dependent, the elderly, the disabled, and the more the gas prices go up, the more sense it makes to take the bus.
And I know we 12:30, but some people get off at 11:30, and then by the time they get to Waterbury, they miss that last bus, so then they got to either walk or catch a cab. And up here in Waterbury, the cabs are very funny. So in my opinion, I think the bus should run longer than 12:30.
I think the time schedules should be posted on the bus stops so people do know where the bus stops are, because not everybody knows that the little blue sign is the bus stop, and sometimes you miss it, sometimes they not see you. And they should be, I'm used to the buses being every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes. I'm used to the fast pace, I'm used to getting there on time, or relying on the next bus to get me there if I missed one. We can't rely on the next bus because they all leave at the same time. So we would have to wait a half hour for any other bus or an hour for another bus, or just walk.
in our city, where roughly 20% of the population does not have access to motor vehicles, public transportation is very, very important. So I think feedback from those folks on how to improve or ways of finding more efficient uses for public transportation would be really valuable. So I think we should conduct a survey, and I think we should do it in the next year or so.
The hard part is we are so scattered in this country and we're so used to private transportation. We're not really set up to use buses anymore. We don't have the neighborhoods, the density of the population. So in major cities like New Haven, you can catch a bus every 20 minutes and get almost anywhere. In lesser cities, it's a lot harder to do.
I do believe that we as a city should be offering access to our residents so that they can get to and from, especially our residents who are less fortunate than others, residents who have, we have very interesting demographics in the city of Waterbury. Many of our residents are challenged financially, and so I believe that the people of need or who are in need should have the ability to have access to public transportation.
If you miss the 6:30 bus, you got to wait all the way to 7:30, or if you miss that, you got to wait all the way to an hour for the next bus. And like I said, New Haven, they run every 15 minutes. So if you miss the 5 o'clock bus, it's a 5:15, then it's a 5:30, 5:45. This is a 6 o'clock, the 6:10, then the next one after that is 6:30. And then you got to, that's crazy. They should run every 15 minutes.
We get people in wheelchairs, we get bicyclists on the buses, and it for a lot of people, it's the best way to get around.
I believe that every community and every state should do what they can to provide the best possible transit options to the population, particularly when people are looking for options, and it's not always solely dependent on an automobile. Other countries in our world have figured it out. Why can't we?
Just that when it's running on time and everything's working well, it's a really convenient, cost-effective, and great way to travel.
After 12:30, you hit. You gotta wait for a cab, and not for what I found. I've been living in Waterbury for 2 years. There's not that many cabs, so you basically ain't got a car. You hit. You stuck. You stuck. You walking home, and then some people can't do the hills.
I wish there were more benches where you were waiting. And you have to carry an umbrella because Waterbury weather is not always the greatest. But a folding umbrella is not that big a sacrifice. Pay attention to the weather. And in the winter when it snows, I wish they could do a better job at the bus stops keeping them cleaned up.
I don't really have any changes to make for it. I'm pretty satisfied with the way the public transportation is nowadays. So.
The average ridership for the evening bus service between 6 and 11 now, I've been told, is about 700 people. Can you imagine? That is a significant number of people. And by the way, most of those people are going to and from their employment or retail places, or as important as all that is colleges. Naugatuck Valley Community College, post-college, UConn, evening classes. So, that is extremely important to capitalize on that. And so that's why I think that public transportation is vital to economic development.
Does that red light mean it's on? You're gonna ask me a question?
What do you think about public transportation?
I think it's really good because I can text and drive that way, legally. And I can read the newspaper, and I don't have to pay attention to where I'm going.
Well, you get to meet a lot of unusual people.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I can't wait to show you this when it's done. Now if I can only figure out how to
turn it on.